The fuck? Who'd break in here?
And he like turns back. Dominatrix? This kind of looks her up and down. Kara, that will be your turn.
I'm gonna take Augustine's advice, I guess, and hide behind like kitchen counters or something.
To do like
Alright.
Jurassic
Blows
Park.
over.
What about the Jurassic Park style, where you like hide
Yeah,
inside
exactly.
of the reflections? Yeah.
All right. As you enter the kitchen, you notice that on the wall that you couldn't see, there is a very slim window about head height.
About head height. That's pretty high up, right?
It is. That's pretty high up.
I'm gonna hide.
All right. Give me a stealth roll. This one will be wits plus stealth.
Because I'm trying to hide.
Yes, because you're trying to hide under something instead of just like be silent.
New success.
Ooh, nice.
Boom. All right. You are hidden under. Let's say that you have pulled a set of like rolling shelves in front of you as you are hidden underneath a table.
Cool.
Then we will go Augustine. You hear all of the voices and chatter coming through the open doorway to the back. And you can kind of feel, because you're a vampire, you can kind of feel the power that turned on.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I think I also probably, right, knowing that she is a deva, would have probably assumed something like that too. I'm gonna, seeing that Kara has found a place to hide, that is right, sufficient. I'm gonna go to the door and listen. Initially, can I activate my dream vision?
What does that do?
Dream visions is, let's see. During the day, they dream of what's to come in vague symbols. Once per night, when they meet someone new or visit a new place, you make a blood potency roll. If successful, ask one question to the storyteller or the character's player. Question must fit with a yes, no, maybe answer.
Okay, so
I want to know. So I listen. I think Augustine knows that a power has been activated.
Mm-hmm.
He hears these voices. Knows enough about structure to assume that there's someone who, especially who had a key, right, is somebody important. And so as I listen to the door, is struck by this vision to about, I want to know more about Freddie is my goal with that, right? To like have had a dream about this individual in this place.
All right.
So I guess, can I do that?
Yeah, go ahead, and then you can ask me a yes/no question.
What is the blood merit? Where is that?
That should be on the skill.
Let me double check the skill again. It just says blood potency. Sorry, yeah.
Oh, so blood potency is going to be on your sheet.
Let me see.
It should be 1 right now.
This is called what?
Dream vision. Oh, I see blood potency. Wow, I was just missing it. Okay. So is it just a 1d10 and roll? To see if I get a success?
Trying to dream visions. 111.
Do you want me to look it up?
Blood potency.
Got it. I just gotta have my PDF load. Okay. So yeah, just roll your blood potency.
In this case is 1.
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm just looking to get some information. We'll see if I get anything. Oh, fingers crossed. Big money, yes.
Yeah.
Ask me a question.
Does this person, because I guess Augustine does not know exactly who they are at this point, does this person have any connection to the gangrel that attacked Kara?
Yes.
Okay.
Good question.
So Augustine, like as he touches the door to listen, is suddenly struck by this vision, right? Like having had dream visions before, right? Kind of knows, he gets like almost like a nauseous type feeling, right? Right before it happens. Some people, like when they're about to faint or like have a migraine, they kind of get those feelings. So he has that feeling as he touches the door, and it just flashes in front of his eyes. That probably just blurred images of Freddy and the gangrel and just different scenes that he's not quite sure what to make of it.
Right.
But I guess then comes to that realization. And so as he comes to that realization, he's just going to stop and just wait and keep on listening. And we'll wait to know if he needs to intervene at all. I'm just going to like keep a close watch on what's happening as much as he can.
All right. That was great. That is a cool ability.
Mm-hmm.
Although I'm sure it is not going to work very often.
No. Yeah, unless I get my blood
1d10.
potency up. But
Yeah.
I don't know how
Belathine,
you do that.
it is your go. You have awed the crowd. Proceed with your shenaniganery.
Woo! Okay, so now that everyone is nice and odd, it's going to change the atmosphere in the room to a little bit more positive than what the fuck are you doing here? So I'm going to try to basically use charm.
Okay.
It's called confidant in this version. So it's going to be presence plus empathy plus majesty. And if he wants to contest, it's resolve. Just his resolve. So, and that's going to put the charm condition on him for an hour.
Okay. Hold up. Let me read this real quick.
Yeah, no worries. Gotta see how many
So-
points that gives me.
Use awe, dice pool, presence, empathy, plus majesty, verse his resolve.
Yes.
Okay, so not negative his resolve, just verse. Yeah, because they've got minus victim's resolve in this other one. Okay, so this is a contested roll.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Presence and empathy. So that's 7. Do not fail me, dice. Oh, thank shit.
Well, let's see. He might
I
counter.
have exploding dice. Keep your panties on.
Okay, yeah, he got it too.
He only has one resolve.
Yes.
That's
Okay.
so sad.
Good for me. So I've got 3 successes.
Okay, so that is going to be a success.
What do you have to do to get exceptional? 4 or 5?
I think it is 5.
That's ridiculous. Okay. So, I'm assuming there's some way for her to know that this is registered.
Yes. The let's see. So charmed.
Charmed condition, yeah.
All right. So you don't want to believe that anything he says is a lie, and you can't read their true intentions. The vampire adds their majesty dots to manipulation rolls against you. Hold up, I gotta zoom this in. My eyes are getting old.
No worries. Please.
So while we're reading that on blood potency, I was just looking.
Mm-hmm.
It says you can gain blood potency after play begins through experience, right? 5 experience points, bias 1 dot, through dangerous and illegal diablerie, or the passage of
Ooh.
time. So I
Oh,
don't know
no,
what
no.
that means.
Oh,
but,
I will explain.
That sounds very dangerous.
So diablerie is the act of draining a vampire and eating their heart effectively. So it's a consumption of the soul, and it's the cardinal no-no of being a
Yeah.
vampire. And actually what happens is you take on an insanity effectively because you do eat the vampire soul, and so they kind of like live in the back of your head and torture you mentally for
Yeah.
the rest of your days.
Oh,
But
yikes.
you gain a lot of their power in doing so, and so that's what some elder vampires do / have done to become as powerful as they have. It's kind of a thing for people to find vampires in torpor, which
Mhm.
is that the like imposed sleep, deep sleep. So when they want to dial back on blood potency, because when you reach like certain years of age, you are restricted on things that you can drink at that point.
Yeah.
So when people like don't want to have to only drink supernatural beings, because that's kind of rough to find, they just torpor until they can dial back. So they like stake them, because staking is only a stun, really, it doesn't kill.
Yeah.
And then they commit diablerie. It's like it's the third tradition. You don't do it. It's
Okay.
very, very frowned upon. And a lot of vampires who commit it are immediately ostracized.
And insane.
Yes.
The voice in the back of the head thing, there's a really, really good kind of like narrative insert in the diablerie section, and it's a priest and what you find out to be a vampire, and he's talking about all the voices in his head, and he can't make it stop, and he doesn't know what to do. And so it's set in a confessional, and it's just dialogue back and forth. And it was so well written that the hairs on the back of my neck stood up when he starts talking about, he's like, Father, I've killed so many children. I've tried to appease him with all these small children. And you're just like, whoa.
It'd actually be worth to
dude.
find and like read out because it is.
I mean, I can if you'd like. It's
Yeah.
really fucking good. And it really gives you a lot of insight into the condition. Because it bestows quite a bit of power. It's one of the only ways to get like super powerful. But buddy, if you don't suffer because of it.
Mhm.
Let me grab Diablo. And it's not
Alright.
too long either, so it won't be super annoying. Okay, let's try the first entry. I really love the way the book is set up. It's got some good narrative bits.
Okay.
I think I've got it. Page 62, if you would like to read it.
62? Okay. So it says, it's a transcript of recording. And it says the original no longer exists in police evidence. It seems the priest, one Father Victor Lewis, was recording his confessions in secret for his own private use. That might be illegal, by the way. By the way this ends, we can assume the first tradition is mostly intact, i.e. the Fight Club one. Don't talk about being a vampire, and keep the masquerade private. That leaves us with the more worrisome third, i.e. diablerie. The names Montresor and Fortunato are aliases, references to an Edgar Allan Poe story. So we're looking for some local kindred who has had a rivalry. That does not narrow the field considerably, but we'll see who has vanished and go from there. More as it develops. And there's a signature, Hardaken. Then it says, beginning of recording. Father Lewis speaking. And how long since your last confession? There's a pause. The garbled voice full of static. John Doe says, a long time. Do you have any sins you wish to confess? Take your time. My sins are manifold and multiform. I came here tonight only because of one. And what is that? I'm a cynical creature, Father. But I now know, beyond all shadow of a doubt, that the immortal soul exists. A reaffirmation of faith is not a sin, I know what a soul tastes like. Excuse me? Like Montresor, I bore 1,000 insults from my Fortunato. He was my close friend, but somewhere along the way he became my most hated acquaintance. After one final insult, I took revenge. I walled him up forever in a catacomb of me. I drank his soul. Listen, this is a sacred ritual, Please hear my confession, Father. I cannot admit this to my peers. I am suffering for this sin. I did not comprehend. I didn't fully appreciate that their tradition. He lives inside of me. I have become the home that his ghost haunts. I am the sacred crypt of the one I most despise. I hear him laughing right now, rattling his chains through my halls. He means me ill, Father. He distracted me while I crossed a busy street and I was struck by a car. He has learned to mimic the voice of my conscience and tempts me to self-destructive acts. I think you should go now. I let the most diabolical creature I have known into my mind. He rifles through my most naked memories. I am always exposed, always violated. I knew the problem. With my Fortunato, I swallowed so much evil. All I had to do was diffuse that evil with good. I don't understand. I tried children. I filled myself with so many children. But their voices do not linger. I think they're frightened of Fortunato. I think they hide. I know I would. But I can no longer hide from Fortunato. There's a rattling sound. What? The door? It was then that I realized I must try a priest. Screaming, "Help, O Lord, help." The children cry for help, Father, with mute voices. You will care for them, yes? I know you will. You will lead them against the evil that is my Fortunato. And then there's emotive sounds of violence and breaking wood. The confessional booth was found in splinters, screams, and then silence.
Oh, spooky.
So Diablo literally makes you go fucking insane.
Yeah.
It's
What the
so
heck?
good. So it's not a common practice,
Yeah.
clearly.
Yikes.
And you can see why a lot of people don't risk it, other than the social pariah status. So, yes, Diablo is bad, yo. I would not consider it.
I mean, if that's what
Yeah.
you're interested in, like, we can make this happen.
Maybe. No, I doubt
I would
it.
caution against it.
So,
'Cause then we'd have to
Belathine,
deal with your crazy.
Yeah, yikes.
Belathine has charmed
Yes.
Freddy.
Do you want me to emote that?
What do you mean by emote that?
Like, anything she says or does that would effectuate that?
Yeah, so if you would like to, or I can, go ahead.
So she just comes up, and Steven, you were right on track. I was gonna 175% pull the dominatrix card.
Oh,
Because I
yeah.
was like, what am I wearing? And I was like, oh fuck, I don't have a whip. I was like, chair legs work though, just as
Yeah.
effectively. And so she does. She's a very commanding presence now, and they can't, pay attention to anything else really. And so she charms the big dude. You said his name. Oh,
Freddy.
Freddy. Not that she
Now-
would know it, but
I just want to point out real quick, how
Yes.
tall is Belathine in the shoes she's wearing right now? Because Freddy is standing at 6 foot.
she's 6'2".
All right, so continue.
Because she's 5'10", and she has 4-inch heels on. Because didn't he give her heels?
Yes,
Aiden did?
Mhm.
100%.
I'm going to assume they're 4 inches. That's sizable enough. That's like pushing the limits of I'm not walking like a baby deer. Okay. She comes up, intimate distance, domineering countenance, and she has that hand fit to her waist at this point still. So she casts a charm. It's successful. She registers it as much.
Mm-hmm.
You took far too long to get here. Do you know how long you've kept me waiting?
He looks confused for a moment as the charm sets in. And you see him kind of like relax, his arms go a bit slack. He looks her up and down. I'm sorry. I didn't realize that you were waiting for me. I'm sorry.
The correct answer is, I'm sorry, Mistress. And she takes his jaw and kind of commands it with a thumb and forefinger.
Give me, this will be your final roll.
But I rolled, he's charmed.
Well, because you get additional bonuses to
Manipulation.
manipulation. So this is going to be manipulation plus, I think this is, man, I want to go with intimidation, but I think it's persuasion at this point because you're not trying to
Good.
scare him because he's
No.
he's
Okay.
charmed and not necessarily against this, just confused. But you're his best friend now.
So she gets 2 points, right, to manipulation,
Mm-hmm.
and then persuasion. So that's going to be 5 points in persuasion, 2 points, which is 7, plus 4 is 11.
Where are you getting the +2s from?
Majesty.
Do those? Yeah, because yep, because you get your majesty bonus. Correct.
Okay.
You only get it to the roll once. You don't get to add it twice.
Okay.
So it'll be manipulation plus.
Manipulation is
Persuasion.
4 points.
Mhm.
And then persuasion is 4 points, and she gets an extra point for seduce because that's
Okay.
her specialty.
Then yep, there you go. So
Plus
that's
the
a
2
9.
points majesty.
Okay, there we
So
go.
11.
I'm right there with you now.
I can math.
Let me make sure that there is no resolve or anything check for this. I don't know if this is gonna be one
I
of those
don't think so.
tested rolls, but we're gonna find out real quick. So let's go skills. That is, man, I love that they name everything weird in the vampire book.
That gets really frustrating, like especially with the Ordule stuff
Mm-hmm.
and like with the owls.
Tricks of the Damned, is that what it is? Like,
He's already charmed. I don't know why. he's
yeah,
gonna
but there has to be
resist.
like some sort of resist, I thought.
No, he's charmed.
Can you help me look for skills? Because I have no idea what the fucking skills are called in this book.
I'm gonna vote no because he's charmed.
I'll
Why you
figure it
taking
out.
my shit away?
I think if you're looking in the book, it's in storytelling because it talks about like masks and dirges, aspirations, blood potency, feeding scenes, conditions, disciplines, maybe in there. Frenzy, touchdowns, time. Right, because like 6, 5, or it could be rules of the
Skills.
night.
Yeah,
It could
got
be
it.
rules of the
Okay.
night too.
And so this is going to be social. And we're going with persuasion. Okay, yeah, no, there is no resist for this.
All right.
Cool.
Do not fail me, dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 exploding. 3 exploding. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So, 3. Oh, wait. Roll 3d10. Okay, somebody keep track of my successes, please.
All right, so you're at 8, 9.
2,
You're at 9. 10 successes.
10.
Dang.
You better give me
Dang,
the
Freddy is
fucking
horny.
best
Dude,
ever.
Freddy
He's
is
a new part of your
so
harem.
horny. Yeah.
man.
Oh,
This
boy,
is her
he's
personal bodyguard now. She fulfills
What-
every fantasy you've
what do you
ever
want?
had.
What do you want? What do you want from this entire thing? Give me an intent. We should have done this in the beginning,
We should have done this in the beginning.
but we're learning.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
10 successes is fucking ridiculous.
That's very good.
Thank you, Dice. You are the best, Dice. This makes up for the really shitty session 0 we had, where I literally tried like 2 or 3 things, and I had like horrific dice rolls for every one of it. I was like trying to like handle the situation, do David things, and the dude was like
Nah, fuck your shit.
side-eye Chloe. Can you fucking not? Okay, so 10 successes. She is literally like, the dude is super into doms. Like, this is his kink.
Yeah.
B, she is his perfect type of individual, physically. C, I want to effectuate the mesmerized condition.
What is mesmerize?
Mesmerized is on page 305.
On
Let
it.
me grab that. So it's going to be a bump up from charm.
Mesmerized. Your character's will is subordinate to that of a vampire. You're not obviously hypnotized. You're a bit quiet and reserved compared to normal, but nothing out of the ordinary. When the vampire who inflicted this condition gives you a command, you cannot resist. If it's something that you wouldn't normally do, you might look like you've been hypnotized or that you're sleepwalking, but otherwise you look and act normally. Hold up, that's an instant makes sense. All right, that's what it says.
If it's something that you wouldn't normally do, you would look hypnotized.
Gotcha,
but
gotcha,
otherwise,
gotcha.
you act normally.
Yeah.
All right.
Because that's like...
Yeah, sure. I will mesmerized, and I will push that as an exceptional success, as the other two are also charmed.
Mm.
Minions.
Like-
Also, can I get a beat for this? Because her... No, it's Dirge. Vice. I have actually Virtue and Vice on my vampire sheet. I know that's not it. I think it's Mask and Dirge.
Yes.
Yeah,
Dirge
Mask
is
and
Cult
Dirge.
Leader.
Yeah, no, I think that that on top of the fact that she took ownership of the issue and decided to try to save everybody. Now, I'm going to give you an option here
Okay.
that you and Steven are going to have to debate amongst yourselves.
Oh no, Steven! Oh, Steven, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
If you want Lamont to be charmed as well.
What do you think, Steven? I don't
Well,
want to
I
put
mean,
you in
it's-
an
I guess
uncomfortable
it's-
position.
How directed your charm is, like, that's sort of up to your vampire power.
Well, because I think, like, it's only, like, an AoE because it was so fucking powerful. She didn't intend for it to spread to everybody else. Because it was, like, 10 successes, I don't think it would be unreasonable. But again, I don't want to put you in an awkward position as a
And
role player.
with that, the group, the three of them are not very strong-willed.
Yeah.
Just in general.
Maybe it
And
would be
what is
really
my
good-
will? I
Yeah.
mean,
You could just
Maybe
do
roll
a
a
die
contest.
roll. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that might be interesting. I feel like it would be fun storytelling just to see if you were charmed, right? That wouldn't be
okay.
right.
What should I roll?
Let's give that a resolve.
Resolve
Yeah,
composure?
resolve composure.
Okay. Is there anything else?
It's
I-
typically just resolve.
12?
but-
Resolve is used to subtract.
So, this is effectively the ability dominate.
Mhm.
It's the first tier of dominate, mesmerize, and you can test it with resolve. Just resolve.
Okay. So 2d10.
Let's see.
For just resolve, right?
Yeah.
Is
'Cause you
Lamont
don't have any blood
also
potency.
is Lamont also into the Dom King?
We're gonna find out.
She's got him.
Ooh, yeah, definitely. Lamont
There's no
will.
failures, but there's also no successes.
Yeah,
So,
Oh.
considering how
Probably-
powerful that was,
probably.
You're at least infatuated.
yeah.
And you're like, I'll watch.
Okay,
Dang.
Merlin.
All right.
Is Lamont next?
Actually, I think yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Lamont is next.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this isn't like you still get to make your own decisions under charm. This is more like Belathine is like your best friend right now, but you can still like it's not going to shake you so much that you don't know what's going on since you're
Okay.
part of this scene. You are just more inclined towards Belathine and what she wants you to do, but you can still do your own thing.
Okay, well, good. So that basically I was gonna be doing that anyway because she's my boss now.
But now it has a little like, she's pretty flavor to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is probably going to end after the spell ends with a nauseous, oh god, no.
Who knows?
Who knows? I don't know.
What's Lamont into?
I haven't thought about that
Yeah.
that
I don't
aspect
know.
of this character.
Not quite
It's about time.
in the character
I guess it
creation,
is
but
time.
Okay, so clarification on the charmed condition. It says you want to do things for the vampire to make her happy. If she asks, you'll do favors for her, like she was one of your best friends, giving her a place to crash, lending her your car keys, or revealing secrets that you probably shouldn't. You don't feel tricked or ripped off unless you resolve the condition. So resolving it would be like she tries to hurt you, or someone close to you, or you make a significant financial or physical sacrifice for her. So if it expires normally without resolving,
Gotcha.
you don't feel tricked or ripped off.
yeah.
So it just kind of like fades off. So it's more like being best friends. It's like this is somebody you really want to be best friends with, and who maybe you feel like is too cool for you, but you're really gonna try anyways.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's the difference between like the charm condition, which is what Lamont and the two other dudes have, as opposed to mesmerize, which is like
Right.
mesmerize is more like there's a lot less autonomy there.
Yeah.
You have got to.
He's
whip
straight
some
hypnotized.
secrets out of that guy. You've got to whip those secrets out of him. So let's see. Yeah.
I'm so excited. I'm so glad something worked for once.
3 failures in
Now-
a row.
Yeah, that was so bad. I was really frustrated.
Do you think, I'm going to try not to metagame because I don't like that, but would a mesmerized condition, if somebody is charmed and mesmerized, they'd probably still notice or like be wary if they heard a sound, right? Like a crashing or something. Probably, right?
Well,
Maybe not mesmerized, but
still
charmed
odd.
would definitely, yeah.
So she's got 3 layers on one guy and 2 layers on the rest. So awe is still in effect.
Where they can
And then-
focus on. What does awe specifically say?
So aw's, I have the TLDR, but
They take a disadvantage in trying to notice anything but her.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. It's anything at all is what it was?
Yeah,
Okay,
anything
let's
at all.
literally anything
just
but
other
her.
people.
Yeah.
Okay.
So which is why I went ahead and like had her take care of the situation, because it's pretty easy for her to command the attention of other people.
Yeah. Interesting. Who's rolling dice?
Also, Augustine would probably feel that like degree of data.
Yeah, I think I probably like
manifest.
felt like the increase, right? Like
Oh,
felt the
yeah.
awe and then was like, there's an extra level in there. You
Oh,
added
yeah.
some values, I see.
And
Very
it's,
good.
it's not an uncommon move for a Deva. Like they usually specialize in such things. So.
Also, sorry for turning away. I was eating fried rice and didn't want to. I realized I turned like a golem monster.
I see we have the same way of eating.
Yeah.
Hunched over like someone's about to steal all your food. No, it's mine!
Get out, go. Oh man.
That's amazing.
Dang, what are we gonna do next though?
That's what's going to be the interesting question. I'm really glad that this worked, because I was like, okay, I can awe them, but what the fuck now? And so now that they're charmed, they're not going to do anything that they don't think she would not want them to do. Like there's an active desire to please her.
Yeah.
So
right.
I feel like that's going to make everybody more cooperative. And they can't like tell if she's lying or not, so they're not going to be like, this is fishy. And then the other dude is my new fucking pet. I got me a goddamn bulldog. Yes,
Oh,
vampire
boy,
power.
Very
I'm
good.
so excited.
Mm.
I'm so happy. There's no point being a vampire if you can't do cool vampire shit.
Mhm.
I'm back, and Lamont, what would you like to do?
Lamont doesn't really know what to do here. He's gonna go ahead and shuffle them inside. He's gonna push and be like, oh, come on, let's get in. This is gonna get interesting.
They do not fight you one bit.
And then Lamont is gonna go ahead and turn around and close the door.
All right. You shuffle Freddy and his boys in. They move in to grab some seats, and Freddy just kind of like, does anybody want drinks? And just kind of looks at the two of y'all. Drinks.
I'll take one.
Scotch it is. And then moves off behind the bar. Grabs a top shelf scotch for his new best friends. And then he turns back. Mistress, would you like anything?
Oh, do I get to? Can I do reflexive actions?
I mean, this is mostly just like
Flavor.
flavor.
Okay. Well, Oh, I know exactly what we're gonna do. Shit. She knows she can't drink. Oh, she's probably blushing during Blush of Life.
Mhm.
That's important for this shit. Oh no, how many vitae do I have?
You gotta make a quick call.
Oh my god, I'm so low on vitae. I need to check the vitae system because I'm not sure, like, if that you can not gain more vitae and like store more. I think that that's like a once per like session thing. Like that's how much you start off with. Because when I was reading through, I got the impression that there was a way in which to alter the number, other than using them, of course. And so I was like, hey, that's important because I only have 3, and that sucks.
Not that I'm aware of, but I've not read through all of it the way you have. But like, this is mostly just like, are you gonna respond to his question?
Yes. This is not like a nice bar. This is a dive bar. They don't even have liquor, do they?
Yes,
They do?
of course.
What kind of dive bar doesn't have wells? What?
I
Have you-
don't know.
Never
Emma
been-
doesn't go to dive bars.
Clearly.
I don't go to many bars, period, if we're gonna reroll. I haven't been to a bar in like too long.
He even said he brought out the nice scotch.
Yeah.
So she gives him an authoritative nod, as if he's permitted to conduct this activity. But she's like being watchful, like he's only able to move about autonomously because she allows him to.
Okay. So you do not want to get a drink.
No, she nods as in like.
Okay,
"Get
so
me
she's
one
getting a scotch.
present." Yes.
Okay. We are then going to make it Kara's turn.
How aware is Kara of what's going on outside?
You can hear all of this. None of it is quiet. The door is open to the outside, so you can hear everything.
With the door from the kitchen?
Yes, y'all never closed it.
That's fair.
Okay, that is
It
fair.
might be like just barely open, but it
Yeah,
is
sure,
not
sure.
closed.
Not officially closed, yeah.
Okay. Since they seem pretty preoccupied, are there any other doors in the kitchen? Or is it just the one upstairs?
Just the one going upstairs.
Can I make another, like, search for a key to the upstairs?
Yes, you can.
That was investigate?
Yeah, that is going to be wits plus investigate or intelligence plus investigate. I think wits plus investigate. Yeah.
Wash, again.
Wash again.
But no
All
failure,
right.
at least, a neutral.
Yeah. So on your second attempt, you are able to find things that could work as a lockpick.
Okay.
You also find things that are heavy, like hammers, things that would easily be able to knock the door down. You're also pretty sure that you could kick in the door.
Even as my weenie human with 1 strength.
1 strength and 1 athletics.
I did kick it down twice.
Yeah, like it. You're pretty sure that you could get through there without too much effort.
I'm gonna, Augustine, do you think it would be dangerous to knock the door down now? Well, I'm whispering this, though.
Yeah, sure. I think we should wait a moment longer. Get ready. Wait for me at the top of the stairs, Kara.
Oh, okay. So, I won't... I'll call that my turn. I don't.
You could attempt to pick the lock with the things that you found if you would like to.
I am not even kind of trained in such
Correct.
things.
That would be a 2 dice roll, and you could bust willpower if you wanted to get up to 5 dice.
I guess 5 dice is worth trying.
Yeah, that's what willpower is for.
Okay. Slash roll 5d10. 2 successes, 1 exploding.
Ooh, nice.
There we go.
2 successes.
All right. So you're able to take some sharp implements and essentially just break the
Jimmy.
lock.
Yeah.
Like, you were able to do enough damage to it that it just stops working properly.
Since the door is kind of off of its hinges already.
Exactly. Like, it didn't take much, but you were quiet. You didn't make enough sound to draw any attention to you, and you can open the door.
Okie dokie. The door is open.
You are now looking into what looks like a studio apartment.
Huh.
You see a bed on one side, a computer on the other, and clothes lying about in piles. Nothing really special. But you do see the window that leads outside.
Well, this is not what I was expecting. But I'll go inside.
All right, you are now inside Freddy's bedroom. And if things go where I'm expecting him to downstairs, she might have company.
No, thank you.
All right, that will be Augustine's turn. You realize as you have sent Kara upstairs that she was able to get the door open and has now revealed the inside of a bedroom.
What I don't see, though, because I'm still at the bottom of the stairs.
He told me to wait. Is he gonna be mad? I'm scared.
Augustine's going to listening right to what happened and feeling, I think, that Deva power increase. Right, I had I had my stain scope and I saw the like power meter like rise like fucking 100,000. Feeling as if Valentina's had a situation under control. Augustine mutters, "Humans never do listen to what you want them to do they? They never listen." And he's going to spend a point of vitae because Kara just went up to the stairs. He's going to use celerity to bounce up there, so to not worry about a stealth roll to climb up the stairs. Since the door is open, and appears right next to Kara, puts a hand on your shoulder. "Why didn't you wait for me, dear?"
So celerity allows him to move at like 70 miles an hour.
Yeah.
So just he's there.
Well,
sorry.
it's all right. You didn't hurt yourself, did you?
No.
Good.
No.
Good. Well,
I
let's
like
go to the window, shall we? And I'm gonna waltz over to that window that I tried to
Wait.
break earlier.
What about security footage?
We'll be fine. It's dark. Don't worry. We have connections.
I
I'm
mean,
gonna unlock it and open it.
well, I
Right.
wanted to look at the security footage.
Oh, that's what you meant. Sure. Good. I thought you meant being seen. That's less of a concern. That is a good point. Where do you think they would keep it in this studio apartment?
There were no offices downstairs, so wouldn't it be the computer in here?
It's possible. Would you like to check? I'm not quite as versed in technology as perhaps someone of the modern age might be.
That was the plan, yes.
Please, be my guest.
It's your turn.
Right. So the two of y'all have your little bantering upstairs back and forth. Yes, there is a computer. It is not turned on. However, you do notice that it is plugged in.
Okay.
I'm just gonna let Garrett do it. Augustine doesn't want to do anything with computers.
But you notice the computer is turned on, the monitor is turned off. We will now resume downstairs. Belathine,
Yeah.
you have a room full of horny men willing to do pretty much anything you ask.
So he comes back with scotch?
Yes. Shots of scotch for everybody.
And what order does he distribute said scotch?
The mistress first. And all of the others just kind of get dumped on a table for everybody to grab.
So, he gives the shot to her
Mm-hmm.
first. She takes it and she examines it somewhat. How far away is he walking
What do you mean by that?
to put down this tray?
I'm sure that they're all like right next to her. Like,
Okay.
well, they're all at a table. If she moved in with them when Lamont pushed them in, they're all probably within 5 feet of one another.
Okay. So, she takes it, examines it, sniffs it, makes a face. Disdain more than disgust. She feigns a sip. 'Cause don't want to actually have to drink that. Makes an even more disdainful face, probably now bordering on disgust, and just chunks the shot at him. In a good allegory back to that show you're trying to get me to watch. That's what dominatrixes do, right?
But that might not be his
Yeah,
thing.
no, for sure. I mean, I think it probably, like, as a dom, right, that would have been a good thing for a sub to, like, want. I feel like the moan would have been, I don't know, if it was hot coffee, that probably has something to do with it, right? Like,
Yeah.
there's the physical aspect there. You probably, I don't know, maybe a shipper. I don't know. GM.
Okay, because remember, Merlin, dominatrixes are his thing. It's his kink,
Mm-hmm.
and she fits that stereotype for him. Like that's his ideal.
Oh, but you hit him in the face with a shot glass.
Okay, well then just splash liquid on his face, and then have the cup hit him in the chest. So on the arc, the liquid comes out on the arc and hits him in the chest.
You're not going to be happy unless this is amped up a little bit. Okay, all right.
My dude, I had 10 successes. Feed me this shit.
Okay, all right. So we'll rewind. Liquid hits him in the face, and he kind of like closes his eyes to enjoy the sensation. The glass hits him in the chest, startling him, but kind of in that like I was expecting it and wanting it way. He wasn't scared as much as he knew it was coming. He just didn't know when it was going to hit. And so you get this like satisfied shoulder twitch, and then he apologizes in the way that he did. I'm sorry. It'll never happen again. This swill is not worth drinking. And then instead, he pushes the rest of them towards her and then stands there waiting.
Oh my God.
Is that better?
Yes, thank you.
Very good.
So she, can I still action or are we?
Yeah, so what do you want to accomplish?
It's more dom stuff. I don't know if
Right, but I
humanity
mean, like,
factors into that,
Is
but
there a like goal she is after? Like,
yes.
is she just fucking with him, or is she trying to attain something for the scene?
So the purpose of this entire activity was to compromise enough attention so that anybody else could continue to investigate, they could clean up after themselves, to make sure that our presence is not detected at a later date, and to make sure that everyone gets out safely.
Okay.
Because these conditions last for at least an hour. So she's playing this up because she can hear, right? Her senses are acute. And so she's paying attention to whatever else is going on in the house, making sure that everyone stays focused on her and ensuring that their goal is still accomplished.
All right. So you have currently kept him contained. He has two buddies. One of them is going to roll a wits plus composure minus your manipulation. and gets an 8. So he notices that the door to the back is open. And just kind of like looks over there. Lamont, you would also notice this. Off towards the back door. Doesn't do anything yet. The other guy still is just kind of like focused on this interesting scene playing out before him.
Does she notice that his attention is diverted?
Yes, but that is going to be your turn, is keeping their attention. Unless you would like to do something else involved in that.
No, she's just gonna pour the rest of the shot glasses on, but she's not gonna throw them.
Okay.
She's just gonna pick up one by one and like down across the head,
Okay.
and then throw the glass on the floor. And then when she's done, tell him to pick it up.
All right, Lamont, you are watching all of this go down. What would you like to do?
I look at the guy who noticed the doors open.
Mm-hmm.
I lean over to him and I say, "Hey, can we get more liquor?" Like trying to take his attention away from the door.
All right, give me a manipulation plus persuasion roll.
Okay. Persuasion, I've got 1. Manipulation, I've got 3. So 4.
There we go.
/R.
And again, you can also bust a willpower if you want to.
/roll, not /R. 4D.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
1
right.
success.
Yeah, he kind of looks over at you. He's like, because he'd gone for one of the shots before they were taken away from him, and he's like, "Yeah, come on, man."
All right, so I get up and go with him to the back to get more liquor for everyone.
All right, so yeah, y'all are back there, and pretty much they're not going to stop you from grabbing whatever you want. However, as you're moving about, you do notice something. There is a cable dangling about head height right before you get to the bar.
Attached to what?
Camera.
Yes,
Wait,
it is.
another camera?
No, it
No,
is.
the camera I disabled.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Oh boy.
Nobody seems to have noticed it yet. But as you're walking around to the bar, you kind of like look over and you just kind of remember that it's just right there, unplugged and dangling.
Well, in that case, I'm gonna try and keep this guy's attention while we're in there, and I'm gonna talk to him. And I said, "Oh man, who do you think sent him the strippogram? This is awesome.
So
He's done a lot of favors for a lot of people, right? Like, this has got to be planned."
could have been any of the bosses, right? Like, he worked the field for a long time, made a lot of enemies, a lot of friends. Hell, she could still be here to try and, like, off him. But he kind of looks over. I don't think that's the case.
Yeah.
Somebody, however, just earned some brownie points.
And I nod and I say, "You got any ideas, though?"
Says, recently, actually, I guess, he worked for this biker gang that they've been around for a while, but they never come this direction. And he did some work for them that they were really happy with. And it's possible that it's them, but that's just a guess.
I start throwing out names of like gangs that I know. Like, is it them? Like, and I'm like, because people I've sold drugs to, people I've dealt with.
Roll me a streetwise gangs plus
Okay,
intelligence.
good at that. All right, so intelligence 3, streetwise gang, so that's 8. Yeah. Then 2 failures and 1 explosive success.
Can you neutralize that?
Oh,
Oh, yes, and a possible actual success.
Get it?
Damn it.
The one doesn't counter it,
It
though.
doesn't
Okay,
count.
well,
It
I
doesn't
didn't
count.
fail. So there's that. But yeah, I just basically like start naming out a couple of gangs, and I'm like,
Right?
I'm
So,
like, I'm like, I have no idea who would have done this.
so you don't name any of them as he's going, no, but you say enough that it finally spurs on. He's like, Wolfhead's Riders.
All right, let me write that down.
That's the gang. That's the group. Mean dudes.
What's his name? Larry? No, not Larry.
Ready.
Freddy.
Freddy. Mean dudes, but man, they know how to catch them. Say that. Let's go back. As I pull out like several shot glasses, and I pull out enough for his not for him, like, or not for the Freddy, but his goons and me.
All right.
Like, Freddy, no, he's not gonna waste any more liquor.
He's done.
And I'm gonna grab some like upper low tier liquor, right?
Okay.
So nothing too fancy.
Sounds good to me. All right. So the goons are willing to move off with you. And with that, we will move up to Kara.